Today, I will be speaking to the women of ABIA State, and my topic is actions for accelerating women equality. We're not talking about haphazard actions. We're talking about coordinated actions. We're talking about planned and systematic actions, which is what is called strategies. And these strategies are needed for these actions to be sustained. What is a strategy? Strategy is a plan of action designed to achieve a long-term or overall aim. That's strategy. What is equality? Equality is the condition or quality of being equal, exact, likeness in amount, in size, in number, in value, in degree, and in rank. What is gender equality? Gender equality means that the rights, so the equality we're talking about is not Belgian. We're not fighting with the men. We're not telling the men, you're no longer a man. I'm a man. No. We're talking about equality in rights, equality in opportunities. That's all that we're asking. Responsibilities of individuals, whether they are male or female. That's what we're talking about. They are handicapped or they are able-bodied, as long as the brain sense is working, as long as there is knowledge. Of course, you can see that whether you're able-bodied or you're handicapped, you could see that a lot of men and women have beat it. It didn't stop any of them from achieving what they want to achieve. So this is what we are talking about. How do we now have this equality? How do we equalize? Yes, we've started doing something, but it's not catching up as it should be. We say it's like it's cosmetic. We say it and it doesn't happen. We say it and we don't push it further and it just dies. These strategies will be determined by the need of the society or what is lacking. So actions to be taken to solve the problem. Number one of the strategies is that we should re-strategize. The strategies are not working. We need new strategies. And this begins in the home. You remember Mother Teresa, when they went to her and asked her, what do you think can be done so that this Second World War will end? What did she say? Family. Who are those fighting wars? All of them are coming from families. So you go talk to your family, I talk to my family, you talk to your family, and we withdraw the children from the war. So it starts from families. What we tell our children, like in my house, I have 2 kids, is a law. My son is older than my daughter. It is a law. Boys don't beat girls. It's a law. So no matter what she does, don't lay your hands. You can imagine such a young boy going to a man, getting married. Of course, the foundation is boys don't beat girls. You know, girls, most of the times, we can run our mouth. That's why marriage is for mature man. It's not for boys and girls. The founder of marriage didn't even make a boy. He made a man. He didn't make a girl. He made a woman. So let's re-strategize. The men are now scared of us because of our aggression. We have to move from what we say, gathering all of them, to actions. Let's act. Let's change the stereotypes and the biases that perpetuate inequality and discrimination. So the strategy is, if you have a strategy to make something work over time and it's not working, what do? You re-strategize. Number two, let me tell you for free, you're not paying me. I'm a qualified counselor. I mean, when you bring me into my field, you pay me. But let me tell you for free, the legal system is against the women. The component of the legal system should be changed. We are attacking it from there. And it should be changed in such a way to affect the developmental system and needs of the women. Some laws, if you don't know, some laws are gender insensitive. I'm telling you, go back and visit the laws. They are gender insensitive to women. How do we do that? By getting women groups, NGOs and interested in women's rights to sponsor bills in the legislative level, in the state level, in the national level, and in the community. So the existing law, we need to revisit them. They should be gender sensitive. They shouldn't be gender insensitive. Number two, orientations to change attitudes, character. The cultural norms, the customary laws must be targeted and changed. You see the way property law was affected, it was changed recently. Thank God. The lady is from Umuahia. What is the case? What's the Ukeje versus Ukeje? This is a lady, I think, from a polygamous family, and they shared properties and they excluded her. Does it remind you of the 5 daughters of Zelophehad? And she fought. She fought it for her to get to Supreme Court. That means she kept losing. Because you can't win at the local, or maybe she won and they said no. Or they won and she said no. But however, it went to the Supreme Court and she broke the record. She liberated women. She set women free. We don't choose our sexes. God gives male and female. And you will not tell me because my father didn't have a male child, my mother didn't have a male child, when my father or my mother dies, that the properties should be given to outsiders. That is discrimination against women, and it is wrong. And I know even ABIA, they know the law and they've observed it, so other states should copy from there. So orientations to change attitude, norm, mentalities. Number 3, women should insist on a reasonable quota that must be granted and filled. The constitution should be amended to accommodate the quota so that at least it will be actionable. You know, when it is not amended, when we say it and it's not amended in the constitution, you can't go to court because you don't have anything to prove. There's nothing, no law, there's nothing written. It's just cosmetic. So the constitution should be amended in such a way that it will be 50-50. Yes, 50-50. Women are intelligent. You know, when you have children and they are intelligent, the intelligence is coming from the mother. Now, let me give you an example. Even God, who made Adam and Eve, he made one man, he gave him one wife. And for a man to have equilibrium and balance, the man needs a woman. Remove a woman from any organization, is going to collapse. So you can imagine not having enough women in any organization. What do you think will happen? Women should insist on reasonable quota, and we should integrate gender sensitive curricula and materials to promote equality and challenge stereotypes. Have you noticed that most of the times when you want to give an example in any written essay, he, why don't you use she? If it doesn't matter, also use she. Use he, I use she. But when you capitalize, after all, it was the man and the woman that God called Adam. And God started marriage, and he's the one who created the man and the woman. So where are we getting the norms from? So let's integrate gender. Let's go on awareness campaigns. Let's train women for capacity building. Let them have access to education and quality skill acquisition training. And let there be equal pay and benefit. Do you know that when you employ a man and employ a woman, you pay the man higher? And the reason is that he has dent, he had, and you even include the woman as those who are under the man, so they pay the man higher. What about the woman? Forgetting that the children directly relate to the woman. So let's have equal pay and benefit. I want you to know, and you will agree with me, that we go to the universities to study our courses. There is no difference in school fees. The man doesn't pay higher and the lady pays lesser. We pay the same school fees. Why don't we now have equal opportunities to some positions? Meanwhile, we studied the same course together. In fact, I was even brighter because women are more intelligent than men. Everything, there's equality, but when it comes to remuneration, when it comes to dividends, when it comes to opportunities, when it comes to blessings, we take the women down. But when you want to take from us, we pay equal school fees. Does it make sense? Quotas and affirmative action should be taken. Let me tell you something. If you need 80 people in the Senate House, make it equal. Men 40, women 40. Here is why. In the beginning, I've said it before, one man, one woman. That was what God made. And he made one woman to help one man. Let me give you a statistics that will shock you. Out of the number of senators in Nigeria, how many females do you have? It's not even up to the 30% that they gave us. In the House of Representatives, how many women do you have? You gave us 30%. What's happening to it? Why are we not utilizing it? Why is it not being implemented? What happens to the rest of the 30%? We are crying that the 30 is small, yet the number representing the women, is that not gender inequality? Women are better leaders, I tell you, because they provide training and capacity building programs for their children. The men give us money and they go. But who sustains the family? All the money they are making, if the woman is lacking, anywhere the woman is lacking, that place is going to go down. Women have been discriminated against in every quarter, especially in leadership and political presentation. After very serious process and advocacy, they gave us the one they gave us, but it is not implemented. One of the major problems we have is women undoing women. Women don't like women. Look at the present case in the Senate. The Natasha Senate saga. No notable female voice has been heard in solidarity or support for Natasha. I'm not saying that Natasha is right. I'm not saying that Natasha is wrong. I'm only saying that women should be still to stand with their own. From what I see, he seems to be a judge in his own matter. Well, the matter is in court, so let's not go into it because it is subjudiced since it's already going through trial. There is inequality. This is one of the strategies that we need. We have to be intentional and deliberate to unite together. Every little thing your fellow sister did to you, you're already victimizing the person. For what? Women undoing women. When Jesus chose his disciples, Jesus was so intentional that he chose 12 disciples. And in the midst of these 12, one is called Matthew, another Simon Zealot. Let me tell you a little about the Simon Zealot, from where he's coming from. If you catch a murderer, it didn't commit sin. If you catch someone in adultery or fornication, don't hold it against him. But if you catch a tax collector, kill him. Jesus put Matthew and Simon Zealot in the same group. We never heard for a day that they quarreled. Imagine if they were women. They will fight. And it's because there is this potent power that God put in women. That's why the devil doesn't like them, relate together. My protocols are women. And the youngest is 8 years. Some are 15, some are as old as the ministry. We're still here. Do we have misunderstandings? Do I scold? Do I quarrel? Yes. But you will still know that there is a deep heart of love. When women come together as God's lastborns and pray, what is the law that we cannot amend? We can unanimously select one person. As women, look at Elizabeth, old enough, in her 90s. If anybody should bet Jesus, it should have been that woman. But God went and chose a 17-year-old girl. She saluted her. She brought her to her house. She accommodated her for 3 months and taught her the symptoms and the signs of pregnancy. And I believe that Mary monitored and witnessed the death of John the Baptist because she was there 3 months. I met Elizabeth at 6 months pregnant. Little wonder she could do it alone in a manger. Please, whatever information you have that will bless me, where you need to recommend me, you don't want to. Nobody is outshining you. You shine your shine, I shine mine. The world is so wide, we can never collide. We are not even meeting up to 10% of what we should do. Support each other. Unite together. You're fighting a common thing, but you're not together. How can it work? Women must come together. There must be this synergy among women. This is one of the strategies that we need for gender equality. And then finally, please cry out. When you're in pain, cry out. The reason why people are dying in marriage is because they want to do Instagram wedding, Instagram lifestyle. They do it too. They use a Snapchat and they take pictures. And you go back to you want to go and mix chemical and bring organic cream because you have no idea what they are doing. And then you change your color from black. Who are you competing with? Be yourself. Be original. Be authentic. And if you're in any pain, please cry out. If that widow didn't cry out, I wonder how there would have been a flow of oil, a cruise of oil. It kept flowing until every empty jar she brought were filled to the brim. Cry out when you're in danger. Anybody who uses it against you is not mature. But please don't cry to the wrong person, but cry out. If you cry out to somebody and they didn't give you money, but they gave you advice, when you want to appreciate those who helped you, please include their name. Everything is not money. It was that advice that they gave you, that carried you, that gave you hope until money came. Don't always celebrate people who give you money and those who give you advice, those who pray for you, those who try to encourage you. They are nothing just because they didn't give you money. Must they even be giving you? You also give service. Please, when a man is beating you or when you are beating a man, please also let us know that you are the cause. Even when you're crying out, please let us also know what you have done. Together, we can make a case so that gender inequality will not be, because the men need us. When they open up offices, they get us. When they want to do marketing, they want to go into marketing, they bring us. They know we're beautiful, we are charming. They know we have the way of inviting people. And then when it comes to job opportunities, Positions, just legodino, number of women in the Senate, number of women in the House of Representatives, legodi, number of women that are governors, number of women that are deputy governors, number of women that are ambassadors. Let me leave book. I was born in a big royal family. Growing up, hearing from my mother, girls were not valued. Gender inequality. So we have to go to the rural villages. We have to go to the kings. We have to go to the custodian of law. So I grew up to see that if you don't have a male child, there's a problem. Meanwhile, I didn't bring myself into the world. And I could hear my mother cry. Any little thing is because I don't have a male child. And it will be used against her. So at the age of 9, I made up my mind, whether gender equality or gender inequality. I want to advise women, you get ready, enhance, prepare yourself so that you have something to sell. If the man is the head of the home and is the breadwinner, win something. Win academics, win business, win akara, win crayfish, win something. That money called she money is so important. Go and ask Abigail. If there was no she money, the blood of Nabal would have been on David's hand. But let me leave there. So growing up, I saw that there was this discrimination against women, against the girl child. So I took a decision at 9 years. And I said, I will prove a point and let everybody know that you don't use sex to become outstanding. After all, we are the ones who tell our children that they are baby boys and they are baby girls. They don't know. They only know that they are different. Go and watch the play, you're the girl. Why the boy will be outside playing ball? What are you doing? Go, you subject the girl. Girls don't climb, don't climb. We tell them who they don't even know they are. And sometimes they wonder, why is my brother going to pee and he will stand up and you want me to stoop? Because it doesn't make sense to them. So we make them align to what we want them to conform to. And so when I saw that gender discrimination, I took a drastic decision. And today, I am a product of that decision I took at 9 years. I'm carrying 18 certificates and more coming on my shoulder. Let there not be gender inequality. If we don't carry that power that we need and the influence, God wouldn't have made us to help the man to become. So if we are lacking in government, where policies are taken and we're in the minority, do you want that nation to survive or do you want the nation to die? Gender inequality is not good. And we are not just coming up with strategies, but we are insisting on these strategies being implemented and added to the Constitution. Let there be 50-50. The 30 you promised us, we are not seeing it. So we are asking, if you give us the 30, we'll be shocked. But we want you to make it up to 50. And I bet you, I challenge you, I tell you that we're going to have a better country. You think we are not, we don't know what we are doing here without us. You're not. Everything in us is valuable. Our eyes, beautiful. What we carry here, important. Here, produce another life. Over there, at the back, every part of a woman's body is sensitive. When a woman wants to get a man, it's not difficult. You can't look at somebody that God took time and package and you put her in the background. You relegate her. And you're coming up with laws. I was shocked to see that even in the law, they said a man can flog a woman, but with a cane as small as a thumb. That's where the law of the thumb came. I was shocked to hear that. So you see, it's been on, and it's high time we accelerate actions for women equality. God bless you.